Okay, let's talk about something big. A massive technological shift is happening right now that's going to completely reshape how we manage wealth. And you know what's driving it? A brand new, really powerful kind of AI.
You see, for decades, the entire wealth management industry has been stuck inside something called the impossible triangle. Think about it like this. You can get elite expertise, you can get massive scale, and you can get a low price. The catch? You can pick any two, but you can never, ever have all three.
So what did that really mean? Well, it meant that top-tier personalized advice was only for the super rich, and pretty much everyone else got the generic cookie-cutter products. But what if that's all about to change? What if technology could finally come along and just shatter that triangle for good? To really get what's coming, we have to understand the problem we're leaving behind. So let's take a closer look at this core industry challenge, the impossible triangle.
And this lays out the trade-off perfectly. On one side, you've got the ultra-high net worth folks. They get these beautiful, bespoke strategies, custom-built just for them, but it costs a fortune because it takes a whole team of human experts. Then, on the other side, there's everybody else. The cost is low, sure, but the advice is standardized. It's one-size-fits-all finance.
For as long as we can remember, that was just the deal. But now, a totally new player is stepping onto the field, and it's poised to change everything. So let's meet the AI agent.
Okay, first things first, let's be crystal clear. This is not another chatbot. When we say AI agent, we mean an autonomous system. It doesn't just sit and wait for questions. It perceives its environment, it reasons through problems, it makes plans, and, this is the most important part, it takes action to get things done.
And this distinction is everything. We're all used to passive assistants, right? They wait for us to give them a command. An AI agent is a whole different ballgame. It's active. It's a participant. It's constantly monitoring, thinking, and acting on its own. We're moving from a reactive tool to a proactive partner.
So how does it actually do this? Well, it starts by perceiving. It's watching global markets, news feeds, everything, in real time. Then it reasons. It uses complex financial logic, like, say, figuring out the intricate tax laws across 3 different countries for an inheritance plan. Third, it uses tools. It plugs into sophisticated risk models that humans would use. And finally, it acts. It actually executes the strategies it develops, all on your behalf.
So as you can imagine, this new set of skills is completely rewriting the rules of the industry. And we're seeing this transformation happen across 3 huge areas.
The first pillar, the democratization of research. And get this number. With an AI agent, just one financial advisor suddenly has the analytical firepower of a 20-person institutional research team. I mean, just think about that. That kind of insight used to be locked away in skyscrapers. Not anymore.
And we're not talking about just reading spreadsheets. The agent can analyze the tone of a CEO's voice on a conference call to see if they're nervous. It can look at satellite photos to count how many container ships are actually leaving a port. It connects dots a human never could, and then translates all of it into a recommendation just for you.
The second big change is hyper-personalization. You know how you might meet with an advisor once a quarter? Forget that. Your life doesn't happen on a schedule, and now your financial plan doesn't have to either. The agent builds a living, breathing profile that adjusts your strategy the moment a major life event happens. A new job, a plan for your kid's college, a new business idea.
Now for the third pillar. This one's about speed and safety. In the old world of finance, every single piece of advice had to go through this slow, manual, human-powered compliance check. It was clunky, and it could take days.
And the new way? Milliseconds. The AI agent runs thousands of checks against every regulation, every rule, every internal policy, instantly. That whole review process collapses from days down to the blink of an eye, which cuts out huge amounts of friction and risk.
Okay, so with an AI that's this powerful and this autonomous, there's a pretty obvious question hanging in the air. What does this all mean for the human advisors?
Let's just put it out there. Is this the end of the financial advisor as a career?
The answer is a resounding no. And this quote really gets to the heart of why. AI and humans are going to handle 2 very different but equally crucial jobs. The AI handles the intellectual computation, all the numbers, the data, the logic. The human advisor provides the psychological anchor.
Honestly, the best way to think of the AI agent is as a digital co-pilot. It's not there to replace the pilot, it's there to empower them. By handling all the data crunching and the paperwork, it frees up the human advisor to focus on the deeply human side of money, understanding your hopes, your anxieties, your dreams.
And all of this partnership between human and machine, it all leads to the single most important currency in finance, the one thing that technology can never manufacture on its own: trust.
So how can we actually trust these systems? Well, they're not just pulling information from the Wild West of the internet. They're built on something called a private investment brain. It uses some advanced tech, but what it basically means is the AI is forced to base every single recommendation only on the firm's own private, verified fact-check data. This is huge because it prevents the AI from hallucinating or just making stuff up. Every piece of advice is accurate and it's completely traceable.
So what's the big takeaway here? The entire competitive landscape is shifting. The future of wealth management isn't going to be won by the firm with the biggest army of advisors. It's going to be won by the firm that gives its advisors the most powerful digital co-pilot. They're the ones who will finally break that impossible triangle and kick off a new era where truly personal financial guidance isn't just for the wealthy few, it's for everyone.